Okay, you ready to see something absolutely bizarre? As you know, a week ago, Mufti Abu Layth's house got intruded in because of his controversial comments regarding Palestine. And a group of thugs came in, stormed his home, terrified his wife and his children, and that was it. They left. A few windows were smashed in. That was it. And the amount of Christians that came to pour out their condolences for Mufti Abu Layth in the comment section was absolutely bizarre. Beyond bizarre. Now you're probably wondering why. Because where were all of these Christians when the houses of those poor Palestinians were getting invaded, intruded, doors kicked down, and houses being intruded and evictions were taking place, where an Israeli goes into a Palestinian home and says, I'm taking it, I'm stealing it, it's now mine. Where were all the Christians pouring there and giving their condolences, saying that they're sorry, saying that, it's sad what's happened? And yet, when a group of Muslims storm Abu Layth's house, now the Christians suddenly want to appear, putting out their condemnations and how they're sympathizing with Abu Layth. Have a look. Look at the comments. It's comment after comment after comment. They're all Christian. Have a look. iPhone 3G. The Christian community is praying for you. Mufti, stay strong. 392 likes. The next comment. As a Christian, I am deeply moved by this act. Disagreement does not mean you start invading others' lives and creating problems. Jonathan Valentine. Next person, support from Belgium, a Christian here. We like and support you. Those guys are animals. Look, they're saying that those guys are animals. How come they didn't ever say this about the Zionists? Storming into the Muslim homes and, taking over their houses. Israelis were kicking the doors down and taking over Sheikh Jarrah and taking over and saying that this is our house. We're stealing this from you now. We didn't see any of the Christian comments pouring there like this, saying we sympathize with you, Muslims. But when Muslims are kicking down the door of Sheikh Mufti Abu Layth, all the condemnations, how dare these animals and groups of thugs do this? Have a look. Let's go. No, please follow me. Honestly, look at the comments. Please follow me. Another one. Eschaton. Now you understand what Christians go through, but worse for Christians. Pray for you get through this. 61 likes. Next. Al-Mazar ibn al-Qurtubi. He says, I'm a Christian and didn't know who you were until our house was attacked. He didn't know. He says, I've watched some of your videos. You seem like a good man. He says, a likable guy. I pray for your safety and your family. 165 likes. Look, the next comment. Ivan Automata. He says, I'm a Christian. I'm deeply sorry to hear this happen to you. 293 likes. Next person. By the way, I'm waiting for a Muslim, by the way, because, all the Christians are getting attention. They're all pouring here. It says, Freeze. He says, I'm a Christian. I'm very sorry to hear this. God bless you. Peekaboo. He says, I'm not a Muslim, but I'm remembering you in my prayers. I don't know. Christian, atheist. He says, Amen. I'm guessing he's a Christian. Next person, I'm waiting for a Muslim actually. Rafa says, I'm a Christian. I'm very sorry to hear this. I pray for you, your wife and your daughter. 103 likes. Samuel David, next person. I'm a Christian. I am saddened to hear about those who have barged into your home and traumatized your family. Let's go to the next person. Apathea. As a Christian, I am sorry this happened to you and your family. They are nor you should have gone through that. I can only imagine the pain and the rage must be flaring in. Oh, okay, we've got a Jewish person. Oh, wow. Finally, a Jewish person. I'm Jewish and I wish you nothing but peace. Your family are in my prayers. So even a Jewish person came here. Next person, is it a Muslim? Christian. I'm a Christian. I see why. Counter says, I'm a Christian, but I feel bad for this dude. Let's pray nothing happens to this guy. Next person, in him. Hey, Mufti, I'm a subscriber and a Christian. He's a subscriber and a Christian. And again, peace and love, 47. And it just goes on and on. Here, Anthony Rogers even showed up. He says, I'm sorry to hear what you've been happened to you. I hope you pray and that your family are well. So even Anthony Rogers has come through. 272 views. Likes. Here you go. I'm a Christian sent here by David Wood's channel. I hope you're all right. You can beat this, Mufti. So David Wood sent him here. How come David Wood didn't send you to the poor Palestinian pages where Sheikh Jarrah, where all those Palestinian homes were invaded by the Israelis? Where are all your sympathies there? Here we go, another Christian. And look, I'm telling you, it is literally, it's like all the Christians have been sent either by David Wood's camp, I'm not sure. It just goes on. I mean, on and on and on. It's all the Christians are here, by the way. He says, David Wood brought me here. Well, there you go. All of David Wood must have produced the video and sent them all here. But David Wood doesn't send you to the Palestinian pages. Oh, finally we found an atheist. Someone who's not a Jew, someone who's not a Christian. He says, I'm an atheist, but I'm truly sad to see what has happened to you. So even an atheist is here. Now, it seems on YouTube, David Wood has sent all the Christians there. But if we go to the same video, if we go to the same video on Facebook, you'll see then the Muslim audience there, where Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Jabbar says, may Allah make it easy for you. And then you'll see Suhail Memam says, that was wrong, totally, no respect. And you'll see the Muslims on this part of the section, because the Christians have invaded the YouTube section, which is interesting because, again, like I said, it's phenomenal that these Christians are, do they really want the good for you as a Muslim? Are they really thinking about your own self-well-being, or are they there for self-interest? Meaning, David Wood actually called those people who invaded his house as terrorists, right? And, of course, the Christians were there for the whole propaganda issue, Islam doesn't believe in criticism. Islam doesn't believe in blasphemy laws and so forth, and, has blasphemy laws. And so, they were out there to murder this sheikh. And who was it? It was Muslims. And so, yes, let's now go and promote how evil these Muslims were, how much of an animal they are, and let's now sympathize with this Muslim, because the greater cause, David Wood's greater cause, is to what? To show that Muslims are barbaric. They lynch at one another, right? So they're not really, the Christians aren't really there for their for Abu Layth. They're there for their self-interest. And you notice they're not giving their peace and condolences to the poor Palestinians. because, Muslims aren't trying to kill them for blasphemy laws. Muslims aren't trying to invade their properties. That's really Zionists and Israelis who are doing that. So what interest do we Christians really have at those Palestinian pages when we're actually funding Israel to kill and exterminate and drive out Palestinians? So don't believe in their crocodile tears. They're not there for Mufti Abu Layth. They're there to spread propaganda, to promote Abu Layth's video about him being intruded by another gang thug of Muslims, in order to say, look how barbaric their followers are, that they're lynching upon their own followers because there are disagreements. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. David Wood and his folks are only interested in propaganda against Islam and Muslims. They are not really interested in giving their condolences to Mufti Abu Layth. They haven't even heard of Mufti Abu Layth, but the only reason they're here is because to spread their propaganda about Muslims lynching on other Muslims, to show the world how barbaric their followers are. I never seen David Wood ever call the Israelis terrorists for invading the house of Palestinians, but a group of Muslims who wanted to beat up another Muslim because they disagreed with him, oh, now you're suddenly a terrorist, which isn't the definition of terrorism anyway. They didn't say they were going to kill him. They didn't say they were going to put his life to an end. No. Yes, they did go and intrude his home and wanted to beat him up, but again, that's not the definition of terrorism. Again, the invaders did not go and harm the children and his wife. So I don't believe it was that type of act. But of course, the Christians want to make it look like that type of act because, again, to propagate their agenda about Islam and terrorism. With that, folks, just wanted to point that out. So, anyway, thank you for listening.